tomorrow, only on Disney+.
My name is Taylor. Welcome to the Eras Tour.
Experience Taylor Swift's record-breaking Eras Tour.
Does anyone here know the lyrics?
Taylor Swift The Eras Tour, Taylor's version, with 4 additional acoustic songs. Streaming tomorrow, only on Disney+.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 2100, When People Aren't Who We Need Them to Be, by Shelby Forsythia of shelbyforsythia.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome to ORD, the podcast on which I, Greg Audino, narrate and offer commentary on different articles written about relationship building. And this time, the work I'll be sharing comes from Shelby Forsythia, who focuses mostly on overcoming grief. She'll be talking about a really unique variant of that today. So let's give her work our full attention as we optimize your life. When People Aren't Who We Need Them to Be, by Shelby Forsythia of shelbyforsythia.com. I heard a story this week about a man who was physically attacked at a weekly poker game. As he recounted his story, I noticed that his feelings about the fight were not tied to his physical injuries or the fact that the man who attacked him had some long-standing anger issues. His feelings were based around the fact that his father, who was present at the poker game as he had been for the past 11 years, did not jump in to defend him. As he got deeper into this story, he noted that his father's pattern of inactivity, of not jumping in, was a long-standing point of contention. He said that his father, a wonderful stand-up man otherwise, had a recurring habit of ignoring, overlooking, or straight-up refusing to deal with issues. And this 2-minute scrape at a poker game was another example of his father's inability to protect and defend him. What happened at this poker game was not just an attack. It was the final straw for a son who had been let down time and time again when his father failed to show up and take action. It was a lifetime of expectations and disappointments physically and painfully played out in real time. So, what do we do when the people we love disappoint us? What do we do when the people in our lives aren't who we expect, want, or need them to be? We grieve. Yep, we grieve. People are supposed to be a lot of things for us. Parents are supposed to be supportive and protective. Friends are supposed to be honest and kind. Coworkers are supposed to be respectful and timely. Kids are supposed to be grateful and polite. Partners are supposed to be loving and attentive. But what do we do when they're not? When we lose our feelings of trust, safety, and hope for change? We grieve. We grieve because our expectations, however reasonable, informed, or natural, are not reality. We grieve because the life and relationship we are supposed to have with this person is not playing out like we imagined. We grieve because we have to acknowledge that our parents, friends, co-workers, kids, and partners have disappointed us, have let us down, have let us know that they will not be changing. You cannot love someone and simultaneously wish they were different. It sucks, but it's true. So, how do you get to loving them? Warts, faults, and all. Number 1, acknowledge that things will not be the way you expect, want, or need them to be. This means releasing the idea of a perfect future or a changed person. Your father may not jump in to protect you. Your friend may lie and tell you she's sick when she wants to stay in for the night. Your coworker may keep leaving the communal coffee pot empty. Your child may not believe in God. Your partner may be more focused on the TV than you when it's on. I'm guilty of this one. You get the idea. Big or small, recent or long-standing, you can grieve anything that's not what you expected it to be. It doesn't make you needy or selfish to expect things of others. It makes you human. Nothing is too petty. So write about it. Cry about it. Pray about it if that's what resonates with you. Just acknowledge in some way that what you expect, want, or need is not what's happening, and that it will probably never happen the way you expect, want, or need it to. Number 2, take a look at your relationship with this person and ask yourself what you can do on your side of the relationship. If they're slow to defend you or stand up for you, can you talk to them about your feelings? Can you start spending more time with other people who have your back? If they're a chronic complainer, can you use mindfulness or meditation tools to distance yourself from their negativity? If they're distracted or distant, can you turn off the TV when you want their attention? Can you make a date to talk about important feelings and issues? If they're always late, can you tell them meetings are set a half an hour earlier than they actually are? Can you send them a warning, or do you need to fire them? If they are stubborn about politics or religion, can you listen to their perspective? Can you immerse yourself in groups that are more aligned with your values? Please note that if there is abuse of any kind in your relationship, your first priority is getting yourself and your dependents out of harm's way as quickly as possible. And number 3, remember that everyone comes with their faults, flaws, and shortcomings, and that you have the power to choose where your relationship goes next. Society feeds us lots of pictures of perfect relationships, but I can tell you, and lots of other people will tell you, there ain't no such thing. Others let us down, just like we let them down. And there's nothing inherently wrong with any of us. We're all just human, operating the best we know how in this world. The best part about acknowledging imperfection and never met hopes, dreams, and expectations is that we have the power to reconfigure our new hopes, dreams, and expectations to include this newly acknowledged imperfection. We can choose to end negative relationships, take action in stagnant ones, or form new relationships that better support our wants and needs. But first, we must grieve the ideal parents, friends, co-workers, kids, and partners that never were. We must release the hopes, dreams, and expectations we have of them and see them for what they are. Only then can we move forward. First, because we are seeing them with all-inclusive eyes, and second, because we are seeing ourselves as co-creators of hopes, dreams, expectations in our relationships. You just listened to the post titled, "When People Aren't Who We Need Them to Be," by Shelby Forsythia of shelbyforsythia.com. And I'll be back with my commentary right after this. Now, I am a big believer that if you want to be your best self in your relationships, or in anything you do, you need to fuel yourself properly. And that's why I'm so happy to have this show sponsored by Factor. Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals make eating better every day easy. You'll have over 35 options a week to choose from, including keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and more. And there's even more to enjoy with over 55 nutrition-packed add-ons that help make your weekly meal planning even more delicious. Factor is the perfect solution if you're looking for fast, upscale, and healthy options done easily. Not to mention it's flexible for your schedule. Get as much or as little as you need by choosing anywhere from 6 to 18 meals per week. Plus, you can pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime with no hassle whatsoever if something changes. So, head to factormeals.com/optimal50, that's optimal50, and use code optimal50 to get 50% off. That's code optimal50 at factormeals.com/optimal50 to get 50% off. Picture a wardrobe upgrade with quality essentials at an unbeatable price. Quince has you covered with timeless pieces that never go out of style. You'll have them in your closet forever. Quince has all the must-haves, like Mongolian cashmere crewneck sweaters from $50, iconic 100% leather jackets, and versatile flow knit activewear. And all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. That's because by partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes the savings on to us. And most importantly, Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. And as for me, I love Quince's versatility too. They have great home items as well as clothes, and I've been really happy with the bedding that I bought from them. When you look at it and you feel the material, you can tell easily that it's of high quality. So indulge in affordable luxury. Go to quince.com/ORD for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/ORD to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/ORD. Okay, and a big thank you to Shelby for this post today. However, I do feel compelled to challenge one thought that she offered, which was that you can't love someone and simultaneously want them to change. I think what she meant was that maybe it's not true love if you are trying to mold someone into something new and won't accept them otherwise. But that is definitely different from, say, hoping that a loved one might return to who they once were when they had less destructive values, or finding a better version of themselves that's healthier for them. To use a relatively extreme example, a parent can love a child who has lived a life of crime. That doesn't mean that they don't want them to change. You might say the same about your spouse who has spending habits that worry you. So there's a really wide spectrum there. I recommend that you take stock of the ways in which you might want others to change, and how, depending on what those changes you hope to see might be, they can definitely be coming from a place of love and concern. Are the changes you'd like them to make selfish or selfless? Many of them are likely to be bred from love and concern, as I said. So don't feel as though just because you want someone to change in one way doesn't mean that you don't love them or are incapable of love somehow. Each change you want to see and intention behind that change is different. And the same goes for changes others might want to see in you, which is really important to remember. But with that, we are done for the day, friends. I thank you very much, as always, for listening today and doing right by your relationships in doing so. Have a great rest of your day, and be sure to come back tomorrow for a parenting post where your optimal life awaits.